Welcome back to the second video of this series as I present the opportunities that we have with you. I just told you in the previous video, and if you haven't watched, please subscribe and watch right here, that the Ministry of Miracles was developed out of me getting wiped out of my memory and rebuilding in my mind and all of the things that I learned in the process of going through this trauma. I also told you that all of the research that we have made in the area of mind, body, health connection in relation to your health, overall health. So I'm going to go through some historical backgrounds and tell you who exactly we are and who I am. So the third video, we're going to explain to you, give you the opportunities to join our community. So welcome back and let's get started. When you make a decision, you can change the course of your life. What is a decision? A decision comes from the Greek word, from the background, meaning to cut off all other action. Decision. To cut all other options out except the one that you're focusing on. So it means to cut off, like there's a lot of decisions that we need to ponder before we make them, and not making a decision itself is a decision. So I wanted to focus you on getting really good at making decisions. That's one of the opportunities to design the next 10 years of your life. You can decide right now what you want to be by the year 2032. We're 10 years away. So today, in the beginning of 2023, I have some options and some opportunities that we're going to share with you. The opportunities are favorable where you can change your life. Ladies and gentlemen, there are only two options: to continue on the track that you're on right now, or stopping for a moment to make a decision with me right here. I learned this, that success is looking for a good place to stay. The challenge is to become that good place. My mentor, Jim Rohn, said, do not go to become a millionaire to get the money. Go for the $1 million, for the person you become in the process, because there's a process in becoming a millionaire. And there are certain steps and mindsets that you have to be able to achieve that goal. So our goal is to provide you with the options and provide you with a mindset. Who am I? As mentioned, I'm Arif Gilany. I'm the CEO of the Camel Company of Canada. I came to Canada in 1993 as a Kurdish refugee, and I went through education programs. I started working for some big companies like the Canadian Tire, biggest retailer in the Canadian, all across Canada. Then I started working with FedEx ground operations, which ran packages from international airports all across Canada. Then I started simultaneously on a full-time job. I started also a part-time business in financial services. By the second year, I was making enough money from my part-time job where I had to let go of my full-time job at FedEx. And I was a financial advisor for over 7 years. During those years, I learned great lessons. And later on, I founded the Camel Company of Canada, camelheal.com. If you haven't seen it, I encourage that you go and check it out, camelheal.com. And after COVID-19, based on Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill and revision of it in the Ministry of Miracles, I started a coaching program that goes along with it. So the Ministry of Miracles, short form, MOM. If you haven't got a copy, I recommend you get a copy right now. For Christmas, you will be ready, perhaps have a good start. What you will read in this is invaluable. I bring you 1,000 years of history from the Middle East to help build the Canadian fabric, to help contribute to the North American society, and I'm looking for your attention to be with me. My ancestor, the great Sheikh Abdul Qadir Gilany, went from the Caspian Sea beside the Caspian Sea in Iran to Baghdad to study in year 1095 AD. That's over 1,000 years ago. When he arrived in Baghdad, he discovered that the Muslim rulers had lost their ways. It was chaos. It was more of a society that was not described in the Islam that he had studied. So he went into this period of 25 years of research and study and connecting with different people and building his community. And then he sent out all of these disciples across the Middle East. My great ancestors arrived in the Kurdish region, and then they were officers in the Turkish and the Iranian. My latest uncle right here was killed by the Iranian regime. There's a revolution happening in Iran right now. My family has carried the cause of the Kurdish and the Middle Eastern people for over 1,000 years. Today, I'm here in this presentation to also help tribute to the revolution that is taking place in Iran right now. Iran has been going under a regime of suppression, just like the time that my ancestor arrived in Baghdad, and they have lost their ways, and greed has overtaken the rulers of the country, and corruption is to the core. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to bring your attention and awareness to the situation in Iran. My dream, my vision of prosperous Iran within the next 5 years is that Iran will change. The Iranian women will come to power. I am calling for the first president of Iran after the change of revolution. That will be an Iranian woman. That will revolutionize the Middle East. With the kingdom of Iran is established under the guidance of a king, with the guidance of thousands of years of history, women can lead Iran out of this situation. So I wanted to tribute. But it is not, leadership is not an inherited skill. It's a learnable skill that you can learn, anybody can learn. I came to Canada with all of this history, but I also did my personal research. And here are some results of my research. We went through a marketplace and found a problem, a big problem, and the loss of hope. People are hopeless, they're lost. So we're building this tribe just like our ancestors who had 10,000 disciples in the Kurdish region of Turkey, where disciples were spread out all throughout the region to educate others about equality, brotherhood of mankind. Jews, Gentiles, Muslims and Christians all lived together in brotherhood. That was the message of my ancestors. That's what I'm bringing to you with this opportunity. I am going to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, that ignorance is not a bliss. Ignorance is costly. Ignorance is ill health. Ignorance is poverty. And ignorance is all of the things that you don't want in life. It's time to wake up. We live in the best time in history. Over 5,000 of years man has worked for the moment we're living in, just about to switch over to 2023. Ladies and gentlemen, what you see in this video is a result of 25 years of research and practice and practice and practice. Words hopefully flow easier and they resonate with you so that you can see the opportunities the way I do. That's my sincere intention with this video. Why personal development? It brings me to two stories. One, Jim Rohn, whom I went to see in Dallas back in 2011 for his last speech, public speech. He said that your income seldom exceeds your personal development. So what is this personal development? And there's a story that's related. God said to man that your task is to build a better world. And the man asked, God, me so insignificant, me just myself, how do I do that, God? And God replied, Just build a better you. In my definition of personal development description, that really fulfills the role. Why? Because you need to be better. I need to get better. Every time I interact with people, every time I run a session, every time I make a video for you, I learn something new. And I hope you do too. So, the goal of this presentation is to go and build a better you. We have a weekly Zoom call, live Zoom call, where you can join to our community. Introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell us about the opportunities in your country. I had this morning a young man from Gambia, West Africa. He needed an investment of $1,000 to be able to start his dream business. 4 years ago, I met Chopaz. He was a little bit depressed. He has a big family like me. He has 4 sisters and 5 brothers, and he's the youngest. He felt that he needed to contribute because his mother was ill. The only market in the side of the street, that market mother was running, and the father was a bus driver who was ill. I guided him through this process, and today he's an engineer. He has graduated from the college in the marketing department. He's building up his business. I've connected Chops with some of my friends in the USA. They will send out all of the equipment that he needs to build his own business. Ladies and gentlemen, your dreams are one word away. I want you to ask for help. Ask. The Bible says, ask and it shall be given to you. Ask. Ask sincerely, ask kindly, ask gently, ask pleasantly, but always ask. When I ask you to follow, when I ask you to share this video, I'm sincerely mean, but I want you to, because it'll help somebody. The opportunities that I'm going to present in the 3rd video are going to be the best in the world. I have seen and gone to presentations most of my life. So many coaches are making presentations based on what they have learned in the books. My presentations, my coaching is practical, on the street and in the classrooms of universities. It's got a intellectual part to it, and it's got a street smart to it. So I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Thank you for paying attention. Thanks for your likes. Thanks for your shares. I'm Arif Gilany. This is the Ministry of Miracles.